I'm just gonna play a couple rounds of this. Because I feel like it. Oh, you know what? It is 13th, isn't it? We might have gotten rank resets already.
Oh, do they do that every 13th?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, isn't it? Rank resets are kind of weird. It's like there's a lot of times where like when people stream a lot, Dead by Daylight, they're like, oh, like you should go into like competitive on this, but Dead by Daylight can't go competitive because the high tiers are so closed off. Like there's so few prevalent strategies that are consistent.
There's a very distinct meta for this game.
Yeah. Like, you have to run specific perks for survivors and killers. No, we didn't get resets quite yet.
So I've gotten rank 1 on this before, but I've never really played the game giving a fuck about where I'm ranked.
That's the thing. It's more fun, to me at least, when you're, like, somewhere in the middle. Especially, as funny as this sounds, I kind of like it when my team isn't competent.
Yeah.
Because that means that I have to work harder, you know? It's a little too easy playing at high ranks just to kind of breeze through it. And you can, like, not even pay attention to what you're doing and still be,
when
like,
I was
totally
going
fine.
ham on this game, survivors were kind of OP.
Survivors are still OP.
There was a point where killers were OP between now and when I was playing. Survivors are way OP now. It was really hard to be a killer if you wanted to win.
Yeah.
Because you had self-heal and sprint burst. You had infinite sprint burst. Until you stopped, you weren't at a sprint burst. So you could just keep going, outrun the killer forever until you switch.
Yeah.
Or if you ran into a bear trap.
And there was, I think borrowed time used to be super, super broken too.
I don't remember that one.
Something like, I think it was if you pulled somebody off a hook, both you and them got, like, some kind of shield of some kind.
But yeah, you had to run sprint burst and you had to run self-heal at bare minimum.
You still kind of do. I mean, you don't have to.
Sprint burst
obviously
isn't anywhere near as broke as it was before.
No, it's not.
You can justify
now you
run
get
something else instead of sprint burst.
Now you get 3 seconds of sprint burst, and it only recharges when you're standing still, and it takes 40 seconds to recharge.
Like I mentioned it when I was going ham, playing passively was extremely weak. Like you would unrank from playing passively sometimes.
You had to rush gens.
Yeah, you had to rush gens. You had to be ballsy with the killer.
Again, you can still rush gens.
It's
but
not as powerful.
It is a much better idea to play defensively. Like, you'll see me. It's funny too because I sort of adopted my own strategies and then found out that they were the prevalent strategies before. And I felt really proud of myself for that.
What are the OP perks now? I know self-care is
pretty much the same. Yeah, self-care and sprint burst are pretty much a must. There's balanced landing, which...
Dude, that perk was ass when it came out.
That gets rid of the stunt now from jumping out of windows and stuff. It's really good.
That shit was so ass when it came
out. There's decisive strike.
I don't know what that is.
Which allows you to... You get a one-time attack.
Oh yeah, that was another thing too. You had to run either one of sprint or spine chill or premonition.
I used to like spine chill, but you really don't need it if you're observant. And I need to fucking up my volume so I can hear shit. Oh, hello, Michael.
Like, it was mandatory to do that kind of shit.
Where do I go? So you know what's fun? Is I told you I just went back and watched all the Halloween movies, right? That music, that sound, that is actually straight from the movies.
Yeah, I know, it's the same exact thing.
It's so cool. Like, I had no idea that Dead by Daylight put that much work into their shit.
Whenever I played killers, I played the Wraith. He was considered the weakest killer at the time, but I thought he was the most fun.
He actually just recently got buffs that made him good. And it's funny, it took the smallest little thing.
What did he get?
he gets a like 1 second speed boost coming out of cloak.
Oh, that's broke.
And that's all it took for him to be viable. It's so funny. But like, I'm not mad like when I go up against a Wraith, because he's still very much middle of the line, you know? He's not much better than a baseline killer. Like, he doesn't have any one-hit kills.
So what I ran with the Wraith is like, I ran a build where I would just constantly go in and out
that
of
dude
cloak.
just decisive strike. Do you see how he jumped out of the dude's arms?
Yeah.
That's all I was talking about. They can do that once per match. One person gets it so that they can do it instantly, and then if anybody else is running the perk, they can wiggle to like 45% and then give it a shot. But if you fail the skill check, it's wasted.
But if I ran a perk where I would only ever stay uncloaked for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would decloak on somebody, hopefully they would be confused enough to like get hit in, and then I would immediately recloak, so they wouldn't be able to like have like a terror radius or any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But what I also had running was all 3 of the blood perks that help tracking. Like it would make the blood brighter, more blood.
Yeah, you played right the right way.
Yeah, tracks for blood lasts longer. So they just wouldn't. They were not able to tell whether I was still on them or not, but they were not getting away.
Yeah.
And I would mind game them to where they, like, some people knew I was chasing them, but I would do it for just long enough they think they shook me. And it worked out.
See, there's a very popular add-on for the Wraith now where it plays the Wailing Bells sound. You can hear it from anywhere on the map. And that one's become very popular.
I used to do that shit all the time. Like, I would fake cloak and uncloak with the bell, just ring it a little bit.
Mm. Oh man, yeah, you're like right on top of it. So, the, like, culture around the killer's perks have gotten extremely toxic recently. And there's pretty much 3 perks that you have to run, and then you can just kind of choose out of a pool of 4 or 5 as the rest. So the 3 you have to run, you get the barbecue and chili, which is the big one.
I don't know what those are.
From Cannibal. So that one is when you hook somebody, anybody who's more than 36 meters away from you, you get to see their aura for 4 seconds.
Oh, Lord, that's cheap.
Yeah, so you either get to see where they are, or you'll know that they're within 36 meters of you, and they're close enough to be able to be caught. The second one is, I'm sure you recall the Ruin. Oh shit, I'm sorry, dude.
I don't remember what that is.
Ruin from Hag.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
Yeah, it makes it so that if you land a skill check, it just progresses the shit. Don't stab me. If he stabs me once, he gets an instant kill on me. And then the third one is the Nurse's Calling.
Dude, that shit's so fucking broken.
That shit's really good, actually.
That shit's so fucking broken.
But, like, you gotta run that shit.
No, what I mean by broken is it's like exceedingly dominant as a perk.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody's been running Nurse's Calling since she came out.
Mm-hmm. There's like no reason not to.
But no, back in the day, killers would have to use, like, I don't remember what the fuck it was called, but it was the perk that when the doors open, they get one-hit kills.
No one escapes death.
Yeah, no one escapes.
A lot of people run that still.
Everybody.
That's one of those, when I told you there was like 6 to pick up for that 4, a lot of people get that one. But that one's really late game oriented.
Yeah. So
it's not that popular. Most people just like to get like Iron Will or something that lets them carry people pretty far. Or
yeah, that was the real shit too. Like you would stack like carrying people perks. Because back in the day,
yeah, Agitation and Iron Will I think are the 2.
Back in the day, you could like use perks to break hooks without alerting the killer. At a certain point, they added it to where, like, if you broke a hook, it would alert the killer that you broke a hook. But eventually, like, at a certain point, you could just keep fucking breaking hooks and you didn't know about it, and there would be like 1 or 2 hooks or no hooks left on the entire map.
Oh man.
So he had, you like, it was like mandatory to use these 2 carrying people perks to do anything.
There's a trapdoor. Yeah, that's a pretty persistent, like, you definitely get notifications now.
And once they nerfed hooks like that, like breaking hooks, nobody ran that shit anymore.
Yeah, the only people...
Because what would happen is the killer would be alerted to the person breaking the hooks, and he would tunnel vision them until no more hooks would...
Mm-hmm. People who really like to break hooks...
now the hooks regenerate, too. I forgot about that.
No, not by default. There are perks that cause them to regenerate, though.
Oh, okay.
The pig actually has that one.
They didn't regenerate at all before. And you could break them mad fast and stealthy, so you would be like 5 minutes in the game and you had no more hooks.
Yeah.
So you would have to drag people to the basement.
Or risk them.
Uh-huh.
Babies.
Well, and also, killers ran that perk where you could just see people on the ground a lot.
Yeah, Deer Hunter.
Yeah, Deer Hunter.
I like that one personally because I like to slug a lot. So.
That was another one that they ran a lot because not having hooks was so prevalent that they just left you on the fucking ground because they couldn't take you anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just wait for you to bleed out. Yeah. So there's been a couple more that are pretty popular now. There's a lot of hexes that are like really popular now. There's like Thrill the Hunt, which Thrill the Hunt does something weird. You get stacks for like putting people on hooks or something, and then you get like various effects, like the survivor slow down. And once you hit 5 stacks, you can actually kill people outright.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then for the people that like to fuck up skill checks, the people who run Ruin will sometimes combine it with the Huntress Lullaby, which for every person you hook while the totem is active, the little ding that plays before you get a skill check, that time decreases.
Wow.
Yeah, so it can get pretty crazy. And if you get it all the way up to 5 like tokens or whatever, you will not get a sound before the skill checks happen.
There was one point way back in the day where there was not a sound before the skill check.
Well, like now we always get that sound.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't know, it's just... I feel like there's a lot of viable ways to play
I know
killer.
the game has gotten better.
Yeah. The game's gotten more diverse.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's just a couple strategies that are a little too prevalent.
I mean, that's going to happen no matter what the game is.
Yeah. I'm going to try and pick up this guy, but I'm probably failing. And I don't know where the other third dude is. I know where the hatch is, so... if one dude escapes...
What I did is, if you wanted to play passively, when Russian generators was prevalent, you had to stack like all 4 stealth perks to do anything. Because it was at that point where you could like passively be around the killer and be undetected.
See, the way I build mine, I'm built so that I can be as flexible as possible. So, I run my sprint bursts and self-care because, fuck it, whatever. I run borrowed time because there's not ever going to be a match where that altruism isn't going to be helpful, There's certain killers where it's not quite as potent.
Oh, also I started like maxing out stealth perks when the nurse came out because if she spotted you were not getting away when that shit was new.
Shit, he's not going to want me out to help him. Sure.
There was about a 0% chance of getting away with her. She was fucking broken.
Nurse is still... most people consider her to be the best still.
She's nowhere near as good as she was.
She's still really good. She has the highest, like, skill potential. Oh, come on now. You should have dropped that pallet, like, half a second earlier. You would have been golden. just gonna get out. No, he's that on hook anyway. Yeah. So I run the borrowed time to help with the altruism stuff. And then I run empathy, which is like...
Oh, empathy is really good.
Yeah, it helps me... I don't see a lot of people run empathy, and I really don't know why, because it's so, like, multi-purpose, you know?
Yeah, empathy is super good.
If you're looking to find the killer, you know, find the person who got hit and run to them. If you're looking to get altruism points, find the person who's hurt and run to them. If you're looking to evade the killer, find the person who just got injured, you know, separate your distance from them. Like, there's always a situation where empathy is going to help to play toward that strength. But it just, like, blows my mind that nobody likes to run it.
Yeah, empathy is super good.
That shit is
I think nowadays, every now and again when I play, I run Iron Will, Quick and Quiet.
both very good.
I think the Birds one.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that one's called. Not many people use that one anymore. Because the birds don't trip that often. There's actually a percentage of the time where they don't fly away now.
Okay.
As opposed to before where it used to be 100%
Let me see the
chance.
list of perks.
I had most of them in the Fang. Oh, that is a Jake perk, though, what you're talking about.
Yeah. I just need to see a list of perks. Iron Will. I used Iron Will. What's the trap one?
Conspirat's the one you were talking about.
I know, but I'm not sure. That was one I didn't.
This is the
Saboteur.
like if you're gonna go for hooks, you get
that
Saboteur.
shit was so gay.
Yeah, it's still pretty gay.
Unbelievably.
Because you don't need a toolbox to get sabotage, and if you do have a toolbox, you just sabotage faster.
I use that bird one sometimes, but there was another one I'm not remembering that I use a lot.
There's like
But generally, I go any 3 of the stealth perks and self-care.
Not sprint burst?
No, I don't run sprint bursts. Because I play so passively, oftentimes I'll just not wind up getting chased by the killer the whole game.
See, my theory behind running sprint burst is it's almost like always having an extra hit for yourself, like an extra health point.
Yeah.
Because if you have that extra sprint burst, you know, that's going to be just that little bit of distance that you get, and you're always going to get it when you start running.
Calm Spirit. I use that sometimes, but it wasn't like one of the main ones that I would use. I would use one of either Spine Chill or Premonition. Because if I was aware what direction the killer was coming from, there's no need for me to like. There's. Are
you thinking of Kindred?
No, I would barely ever use Kindred. Even though Kindred's really good.
Yeah, Kindred's solid. Kindred is good if you're playing in pubs. If you're playing solo queue.
Yeah, I would use Iron Will, Quick and Quiet, Sprint Chill, or Spine Chill or Premonition, and then Self Care.
Spine Chill's solid.
I just like.
See, I used to play the runner, like the one who used to get chased. That's like when I was trying to get better at the game. I was like, I got to get really good at running away from the killer. So let me get all these perks where I'm influenced to go be running from him. So I would get Sprint Burst and fucking Premonition or whatever. So like I'd always know that they were coming. I'd always get a head start.
Yeah.
I'd always get the Sprint Burst.
Like,
so
I did it the opposite.
You know,
like if I know where they're coming from, there is absolutely no reason for me to have a need to like be in a position to run away. Mm-hmm. I can just hold my ground, hide in plain sight, and I'll be good.
Well, that's a mistake that a lot of people make. This is a mistake that a lot of people make too.
Yeah, but immediately. I always wait to do generators because like the killer's always
and then you fuck up the skill check. Laura, you're the worst.
But yeah, I always wait to do generators because the killer always does one pass through all the generators before he goes anywhere.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, same. Unless he's already got somebody. And in that case, I don't care. This is a really good angle. They changed the way that you pip in this game too. So it's a little bit easier to get it just through like moderate, like you don't have to escape to pip anymore.
If you played out of your mind, you could get that before.
Yeah, like I don't know. I like it at a high level because a lot of times you get matched up with a rank 1 killer that you just can't win against. Like, some of those guys are just too good. Like, you don't stand a fucking chance in hell. But at the lower ranks, like, there's too many people that like to try and farm people off hooks to get their altruism points.
Nowadays,
even though they made it so that you're heavily penalized for it, but most people still don't know that.
Nowadays, while playing passively is completely viable and like worth doing, there are a lot of killers that like are based against playing against that. Like the Doctor, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger.
So literally, if at this point, if I survive for like 3 more minutes, if I go unhook one guy and he lives, since I've already completed my 1 generator, I'm like pretty much good. I've already gotten my safety pip, and the rest of it is just icing on the cake. And since I'm rank 1, I don't care about getting that like +1 pip. Like, if I break even, I'm cool. Where is he? There he is. Okay,
there are some maps where you can just straight up hide in the grass like that. It's really funny.
They actually added a new map with the new spirit killer. It's a haunted like pagoda. Yeah, I've got
like the McMillan farm maps that are a little darker and like more misty. You can just hide in the grass, and some people will just miss you.
I love those. Auto Haven wreckers are my favorite though.
I don't like those.
They give you a lot of places to hide.
Auto Haven Rikers maps are really big.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like about them.
There's one Auto Haven Rikers map that's super shit. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's basically just like a gigantic lot with a bunch of cars in it and 2 buildings.
I don't know all the individual names, but I know what you're talking about.
It's very shitty.
Chase the fuck out of me. Oh, this is a fun strat. He actually got me on that one. I wasn't expecting him to get in front of me like that.
Yeah, that was smart.
If I was paying more attention, I would have gone through the window when I saw him doing that. I have destroyed this controller by playing this game. It's like I'm playing Sonic Riders all over again.
I have a fucking
You still have this guy?
scar on my hand from playing that shit.
I used to have a very specific like knot in like the knuckle or whatever. I don't know, but it's funny because the Wraith went from being like super bad.
Yeah, he was horrible.
To like now he's really good, and it's funny because there aren't any prevalent strategies for dealing with the Wraith.
See, I like
because nobody's played him. I just find for the most part, like, you just kind of have to...
Back when I played against the Wraith, I would just camp until I noticed he's doing something.
Pretty much. Oh shit, I'm about to get farmed up the hook. Unless you get borrowed time? Yes, you do. Thank you, Jesus. Bless that borrowed time. Hi. I don't know who you are because I can't look at my phone right now, but hi. It would be on the next board, I think. Oh, nice, that person got out.
How'd they get out? Trapdoor?
Decisive strike, probably.
Oh, wait.
So even though they're not the obsession, they can still get it if they wiggle enough.
Oh, wait, yeah, no.
It's just that only one person can access it immediately. Yeah, they really tried to make it like as prevalent as possible for survivor players not to get unnecessary points by farming off hooks, and for killer players not to they're not encouraged to camp. But that's like a really hard mark to hit.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
So back when I played, there were only 4, or like when Michael Myers came out, 5 killers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had stopped playing like right when the Hag came out, or like playing a lot, because I still played, but I didn't play like every single day.
Mm-hmm.
There were 4 killers, so everybody like kind of knew what to do against all of them.
Right.
Like you wouldn't win every time, but everybody knew like a general strategy what to do. There's so many now that like I don't know. Like everybody had an idea of what to do against every.
There's definitely no more encouraging like specialized builds because you never know who you're gonna get, so you really have to build for a broader sense. And unfortunately, like while I kind of am glad that happened, it's also kind of sad because now there's a lot of perks in the game for survivors that were put in there specifically to counter certain survivors and whatnot, and they just kind of get like pointlessly nullified, you know?
Yeah.
To the point where they either have to get patched to death so that they're useful in some other weird
like there
form.
are some perks that are fucking godlike. If you get like a lucky killer, like if you get a tracker and you're running the fucking bear trap perk, you're good. You're basically won the round to your entire squad already.
Yeah, slippery meat, you mean?
Yeah, slippery meat.
Shit, I'm gonna go now.
This dude's saying hi, he wants your attention.
What's that one? Please don't open. Door is open. What's this? What was it? I don't know. I think I'm like the only person who took this round. Oh no, I took the cup on the.
Do you know who Iran Sharma is?
Is this Fortnite too?
Wow, I'm getting played right now. This is like he's bound to determine to get at least one of us.
You can crawl out.
I'm gonna try it. I'm coming. I'm coming. Don't fucking heal me. Anybody got time for that? Surely he knows I'm like. Oh, he's going.
Oh, you can get out.
I'm going.
I'm brown.
Unless he turns around. Oh, he's coming back for me. Oh no, you bitch. You bitch. But do you have a hook close enough to here to fucking take me to? Yeah, you got one right over here, don't you? If I get out, no. They're fighting for me anyway. This is an extremely altruistic game.
Bro, did you play Fortnite?
Alright, here we go. We out.
You best be hauling.
Hauling ass. We out, benches. See ya. And see, even though I spent most of that game, probably like a third of that game on the hook, you can see the fucking breakdown here, right? So 60% of the overall generator repairs.
Oh, they changed the screen.
Yeah. I escaped, but I went down, so I got 75% there. The benevolence kind of a mess, but basically, like, I was pretty benevolent, and I got out only with one person having been killed, so I got gold there, and then evader for silver because, of course, I got caught very often because he's a wraith, and wraith is kind of funky because you don't get chase points.
Yeah, you don't.
Because he's invisible. That dude had no perks on. He had one yellow perk on. Hi, Ron. Or is it you?
Ron is not.
Ron left?
I am Bonbei.
I think random ass people in the chat sometimes. I don't even know if people find the channel. This is the funny thing.
Let me just look at these perks for a second.
Hang on. I'm set up for the match. So I have pretty much everything unlocked in her, except for the characters, some of the character specific stuff. But for the most part, like, it's in there. Power time is fucking necessary.
Dude, Dark Sense used to be so fucking bad.
Dark Sense is still pretty bad. Truth be told, nobody runs Dark Sense.
It used to be a lot worse than that. No, I'm not behind. That shit was ass, still ass.
So here's the thing about No One Left Behind. It doesn't really do anything for you, but if you're playing games to get blood points, No One Left Behind will get you some blood points. Like, that shit is like something like double points for altruistic actions. It's fucking stupid.
This perk is ass. Will Make It is definitely ass.
It's a shitload of fuck. I'm hoping if I don't get it on this map, I'm gonna use a coin to go to the new map because I want you to see it. It looks so fucking cool. So you haven't played the game since Shape came out?
Well, I've played it like single games every now and again, but the last time I played a lot was like just before the Hag came out.
Okay. So do you know? So you haven't seen Huntress?
No.
You haven't seen Huntress is cool. Huntress has a ranged attack.
Oh, that's good.
She throws hatchets. It's actually really cool. Well, she's super slow too. She's like one of the slowest killers in the game, but she has that ranged attack.
Oh.
It's a very, very hard to hit attack. You got her, and then recently they added the Clown, which is another ranged attack. But his is an AoE, like poison gas cloud that slows you down and adds other shit based on what his add-ons are. There's the pig from Saw. That shit's fucking crazy. She can crouch down to get rid of her terror radius.
Oh, that's good.
Kind of like the Shape, but she can do it whenever she wants.
That's pretty good.
And then coming out of that, she gets an extended lunge.
Oh.
And then she can also, when a survivor's down, she can put a reverse bear trap on their head that they have to go to these like little stations to get off. And you cannot leave if you have it on. It snaps your fucking neck if you're in the exit gates. You can go through the hatch, but you can't go through the doors. Okay. I spooked for a second there. I was like, who is it? And,
also, closets are kind of slept on.
You have to be really good to pull off a closet.
Dude, I would do closets all the time because it worked with my build. So what I would do is, like, I would be running and I would leave no tracks, right? Because of perks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I would leave no tracks. I would turn a corner, and because I had Iron Will and Quick and Quiet, I could like sprint into a closet and be quiet in there.
Yeah.
It would work a lot. If you stack perks like that, it starts working out.
I'm getting really good at jumping into closets to avoid attacks and like throw people off just for a couple extra seconds.
And so if you're like, if a killer wastes his time checking a closet because he knows you might be in there, that's a lot of time he's wasting.
Mm-hmm. Especially if there's multiple closets. Another fucking level? Jesus.
Might look popular, dude.
Well, I played this for like 4 hours last night because I'd watched the Halloween movies and I wanted to go over against the Michael Myers to hear the fucking music. And I ran into like one. And now we have almost 2 back to back. Who's after the obsession right now? Okay, we are perfectly safe to continue working on.
Like way back when there were 3 killers, the Hillbilly was the strongest one.
Yeah. I used to play that. I was playing that when I did the beta. That shit was fun. The balance was awful.
It wasn't that bad.
But
it was fine until the witch came out.
The witch? You mean the nurse or the hag?
I mean the nurse.
Okay. Ain't no way.
I should
Look at that skill check.
Like,
Look at that
so
fucking
the
skill
nurse
check.
now runs at like 93% speed or some shit. I don't know the exact number.
Yeah, she's the slowest, technically.
Yeah, she runs at like 80 or 90, like low 80 or low 90.
But with her blinks, she
But when
never...
she came out, she ran at 113.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
She was broken as fuck.
Where did he... Never something. Not up to me. We going this way. Hello. Ruin. Shit. I want to say hello, Ruin, but a friend of mine is being somewhat of a pain to get a hold of.
It's coming after you too.
Yeah, I just want to see which way he's running. Oh shit. Oh shit!
Die.
He fucking... He got me with that one. I thought he was gonna go for the window.
Have you considered spinning both sticks to make it go faster?
I don't think it matters. I
LOLGG.
didn't have to... No, not even GG, bro. I'm his first hook, and we're 3 generators, and we're fine. It's Gucci, man. Unless I get camped, but I don't think I'll get camped. Most of the survivors are nowhere near me, so I don't think that's an option.
Sometimes I'll just be like, fuck it, and just try to pull myself up.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You could carry perks where you would have up to 15% of getting off.
Yeah, but I don't, and it's a 4% base chance.
Yeah.
I have the worst luck with that shit. I get it less than 4% of the time, I'm sure. Okay, that's a good one. It's not really where you go.
Because I know there will be times my teammates think I'm being an asshat by like not really showing my face to the killer.
Yeah.
But like, and sometimes you know they won't help you, so
Shit.
I do.
Came right the fuck back, didn't it? God damn it.
LOLGG, bro.
It would be nice if I could do something other than, like, be downed.
You must find chapter. Probably running deer.
I'm just gonna pop over this way. Skin crawling in mine. What the? Oh, that's why he's wrecking face.
What?
I thought something was up.
What's up?
He's got an add-on that actually locks him into his tier 3 evil within. So he's gonna have.
I don't remember what evil within is.
That's his instant down shit.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna have enhanced speed and instant down for the rest of the game.
Oh, that's gay.
Yeah.
That's extra gay.
It's an extremely rare add-on. Don't get me wrong, but like when he can proc that shit, nah. It's not fun for anybody. I don't even want to try and rescue that guy.
He's way over there.
But I need to get some ultras and points. Or at the very least I need to make a distraction.
He's camping.
Yeah.
Camping big time.
That's kind of what it does. Ooh.
There was a poll on the Dead by Daylight subreddit one time to try to define what is camping.
No.
Because some people would call people that are like patrolling around the hook, like the area around it, buildings and shit, camping.
Not really.
You can't really just expect a killer to walk the fuck away from you. Are you stupid? Ooh, that was neat.
I know. That's the idea. So it's really a tricky thing, right? So generally, I feel like it's not camping. In a specific instance where someone occurs where you could go after them and get like another type of. Why? Why are you after me, my dude?
Because you're let down.
Yeah, I know, but like, it'd be nice if you could like fucking leave me alone. If you have an opportunity to go after somebody else and you can get a down out of it and you don't, it's camping. Or if you literally don't leave and you're like just fucking staring them down, that's also camping.
I mean, like,
other than that, no.
Sometimes you're just gonna camp. Sometimes
sometimes you just gotta fucking sit there.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
But here's the thing. The reason that killers camp is because they're looking for survivors. They're gonna find survivors around the other hook survivors. If in a situation where camping could occur, you instead go and work on generators, killer's only going to get that one death, and it's going to discourage that kind of behavior. Alright, so now that we're down to one generator, I'm on my last legs, and I think we're about to be down to...
Aren't you holding a fucking medkit? Heal yourself.
I am here.
Oh, then you're not really down.
I was just looking for a generator that was further away from the killer. I think I'm going to go with this one over here.
It's Dr. Wiley.
So yeah, so if this had been an organized group effort, and you know one of our 4 people had been put on that hook, it would have been so easy to say, "Hey,
killer's camping."
Yeah, killer's camping. Everybody go work on gens, and then boom, we're popping 3 gens, and he's fucking only getting 1 kill. But that is the danger of playing solo queue. I don't have that level of communication with these people. And sometimes it'll take me a little bit to find out whether or not they actually are camping. Alright, I think we're all working on...
I try to judge what I do based on what the other people are doing with somebody's help. If somebody's already over there trying to help them, I probably won't go over there.
Which is what you should do. Yeah, if you see somebody else running out there, don't just fucking do something else.
I mean, there are times where you need 2 people to try to save somebody, but that's not most of the time.
No, it's not.
Unless he is camping straight up, then you can probably sneak somebody off with 2 people.
We're trying. He's putting in work, but that person was looping him really good. Probably not going to get a chance to finish this.
Nah, I believe. Another peanut butter jelly time.
Well, it depends on if he... Yeah, I was about to say, if he drops him over here, then we're screwed.
Now, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Now, there you go. There you go. There you go. Peanut butter jelly.
Fucking finessed.
Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with the baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with the baseball bat.
Now break it down and freeze.
Alright, so now at the very least...
Safety cup.
I get my safety cup, yeah.
Now break it down and freeze.
Not going that way. Also, I find that honestly the biggest problem with players, like even at the high ranks, is just lack of map awareness.
Yeah.
Like, people will just be fucking wandering around looking for
There's a lot of
shit
maps in this level now. Or in this game now.
Yeah, there is, but you can be aware of a map without like knowing it inside and out, you know? Oh shit.
This is a shitty ass map. I don't like this one.
I love these maps. The Autohaven Records are the best maps. He's reasonably busy. Shit.
You're Gucci, bro.
I'm Gucci, but...
You got that Disney Channel flow.
But I'm gonna be the only person that gets out.
It's every day, bro.
Unless he's got Blood Warden, but I don't think he does.
What is that for?
If he hooks somebody while the exit gates are powered, he can see auras of anybody within exit gates, and you actually can't get out for 60 seconds.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's rough. It's kind of like, if you run that and Noid, that's like the ultimate late game combo. Like, you can't fucking get out.
Noid's damn gay.
Sorry, guys.
Everybody ran Noid because a lot of killer perks suck ass.
I got the plus one just because I'm escaping pretty much. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, so unlimited duration of evil within 3, but it does increase the amount that it requires to reach it. So, I don't know, it is really good though. Oh, nice. And then he used this to offset that and make it so he could get it a little bit faster. Yeah, so you got your Ruin, of course. Overcharge is pretty popular. It's not that good though, I don't think.
Overcharge?
Yeah. Like, if you can hit skill checks, it's not a big deal.
No, bring it down. I can't bring it.
This is a thrill, not what I was talking about. It basically, like, you want to run Thrill of the Hunt with another Hex Totem. Because it reduces their cleansing speed. And also you get a notification for it. But if you put too much shit into that, then you're not going to get anything done.
They nerfed the birds for real. Why?
Yeah, now there's like because it was like 100% of the time. Like if you went by there, the birds would fly. Now it's like 90% if you're running, 50% if you're crouching. If you're walking really, really slowly, like they might not go off at all. So it's unnecessary at this point. But like that's what I was saying though. They haven't changed that other ability of like
compensate.
Yeah. It doesn't compensate now. It's just worthless.
I feel like if the killer sets off birds, you should see it if it's within a certain area.
You can on some maps that have certain set pieces that react to killers.
I don't prestige my dude. That's just dumb and gay.
I'm not either. I'm just trying to get my tier 3 sprint burst. And I'm having the worst luck. I've seriously put so many points into this and I haven't been able to get it.
I cheated all the perks.
You hacked them?
Yeah, I hacked all the perks in.
You hacked them? Well, you can get them all in practice mode. Yay, I got lucky. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But yeah, small game. See, now it's... You get a... It went just from, you get an auditory warning when you're looking in the direction of traps and totems in a 45-degree cone, but then they added it to the also... Or it was just traps, and then they added totems to it.
So what the fuck is the difference between this and Spine Shield?
Spine Shield is when the killer is looking at you.
Yeah, but premonition means you're looking at the killer.
Yes, I think... Actually, I haven't... I'm not sure. Hang on. Forgetting about premonition. So premonition. Yeah.
What the fuck's the difference?
Premonition is when you're looking at the killer, and then the other one is when the killer's looking at you.
No, not spine chill. Premonition and that one you were just talking about.
Oh, because premonition is for the killer. Slippery meat is for traps.
That's not slippery meat.
Or small game, sorry. Small game.
Oh, killer traps and totems. I misread that shit.
Yeah, no, it's not slippery. Oh, that sounds good. I was fucking forgetting. I think we'll get the killer too.
Huh?
The new map that just came out.
The Yamaoka on the press.
Yamaoka.
Die.
Dead.
You are dead.
Not big surprise. Baloney is perfect fuel for killing 10 baby men.
Ron Sherman says, "Lol, GG."
Well, GG, bro.
Wow. So one person that I have on Twitter is named Rancid, the other person's named Lemon Lovers, and I read that as Rancid Lemon Lovers, and I'm
Rancid.
just like,
I think I also follow Rancid.
what kind of a name is Rancid Lemon Lovers?
I don't remember what I follow Rancid for. I think it was a funny meme.
I think it's a memer,
What are you
like
talking
an
about?
anime memer.
Makes sense.
Put it on Twitter. So, bro, do you play Fortnite? Bro.
Anyway, he follows me, never mind.
Do you play Fortnite?
This cat, right?
Yeah. It's funny. I don't want any notifications from Chrome.
I know he plays games, that's why he follows me. Okay.
That's what I got. Rancid and Lemon Lovers. I thought it was the same thing. Dinkus Linkus.
Dinkus.
That sounded, I don't know, it just sounded appropriate at the time.
Shoot.
Shoopus my whoopus. Alright, here it is.
Did you know moons have moons and they're called moons?
Nice. So I like this map for one main reason.
Why?
Killers, or survivors fucking dominate this map. Or, not really. Well, it's like, it's just that there's a lot of places to hide on this map. Like, I can fucking sit in this bush and a killer can't see me. It's pretty great.
Who's Yamaoka?
Yamaoka is the father of the killer that is the spirit. And I think he pushed her out of the window in drunken rage. And so, like, the lore of this map is so deep. Like, this is the main... Hi, Piggy! Did you see me? You didn't see me! How? Okay. I'm baffled. Trying to make sure she's gone. Here's how fucking deep the lore is here. Is that this is the fucking window that she went through. Or like the floorboard or whatever.
Oh.
And it's just in the map now. It's 5 out of 5, pretty good. Pretty good. This is not a good place to repair the generators, but I want to get this done early while I have a chance. And she's up for somebody else anyway, so it's cool. Yeah, so that's the piggy. I'll try and find one of the jigsaw boxes if I come across one and show it to you.
What's up, bro? You both working? What are we dropping? Boys.
22 calories, bro. Oh, I went for the skill tree, but I didn't get it. So yeah, it turns out the best way to combat Ruin is to do absolutely nothing differently at all.
You combat Ruin?
Yeah. Because it's random as to how many skill checks you're going to get. Yeah, this is a really unsafe generator, so I just really want to get it done quickly. Get it out of the way while I can. Hi, Sneaky Pete. You are truly Sneaky Pharaoh. Oh! And I was looking for that bitch, too.
She got you.
Yeah, she, like I said, she has no terror radius, so she can sneak up on you. Oh,
What's the counter play?
be very observant, and also try not to repair generators in places where you can't look around you. But my strategy is to get them out of the way early so that I can worry about them, you know, now when I have 4 people instead of later on when there's possibly less than 2.
Less than 2 is just 1, you idiot. Just 1.
Less than or equal to 2. Also, she's usually really slow, and I think she's running an add-on that increases her speed. Waiting to make sure that she was busy. Not that busy. She's all over that one right now. It's almost done, too.
Yeet.
There she goes. Guys. Look at me hitting them skill checks.
Nice.
Go a long way.
Got
Which, you need to find that fucking totem. I'm gonna look for it. Not actively, but passively. And there we go. Somebody got it. I don't know where. Oh, here it is. Yes. Oh. Yeah. Let me not get found first. She's super sus. Yeah, so if she puts one of those things on your head, you gotta go to one of these. And there's 4 of them around the map. And it's random as to which one will actually remove the trap.
that blue's chunky ass now.
Yeah, it's gross. But she only has like 4 of them.
Oh.
So it's kind of tricky. Most people are like, oh, you gotta play them as soon as you can. But that's not always the struggle. said something right the fuck here.
Let us pray.
Nope. 166% stealth. But, dude, you didn't even have to use that. Let me get the altruism points, damn it. Clearly, the generator I must prioritize is this one, up on this fucking hill.
Like, I just had some dude I don't know ask me if I'm going to some tournament and if I'm meeting up with him. I'm like, dude, if I had the money to go to all the tournaments in the world, I would, but I don't.
If you had the money for AS.
Chunky AS, man.
I'm actually gonna finish this one if I can, assuming I don't get snipped on. What's going on? What's going on?
This is so sad.
What? What? I don't understand. What's going on here?
This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito.
What's going on? What's going on?
Wait.
What? What? I don't understand. What's going on here? Do, 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 do. Hey, buddy. You want to take like 2 extra seconds? No? Okay. That's cool. Hey, don't poison. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the camera. Cool. Get that stun, boy.
You just skeeted on her.
Scoop.
I said skeeted at work the other day. And someone was like, it's been 8 years since anybody said skeeted.
Oh, I was gonna do a little lunch, but I didn't do it. There it is. Yes, he's breaking them out now, because now the doors are open and now I can't leave until I get this thing off my head or until everybody else leaves and I find the hatch miraculously. And it has a timer on it.
So you just lost it.
Not really. Well, probably, because I don't think anybody's going to come back and save me at this point. But, I've certainly gotten out plenty of times by getting lost. The only problem is, this is a really bad spawn for me with the little things to get the keys. Because if I go to any one of those in the line, just gonna be able to see me. Oh, that guy's got one or two. I think this guy's gonna come try and help me. Not sure how helpful it's gonna be, but certainly it will be an attempt.
You bleeding, bro?
Yeah, so if I don't get it off before that goes off, I die too.
Where's the timer?
It's down at the bottom. When the red circle fills up, it's over.
Where is the circle?
Bottom left.
Oh, there's one there. Okay.
Shit. Does she have Node too?
You are close to die.
No. I've only used a quarter of the time.
What is bing bing bong bong? Bing bing bong bong.
I have a theory that getting great skill checks, though, increases your chances, so I do try to go for this here. Where I normally wouldn't. Nope. Let's go this one. It is not yet picked up. The other. That's a bad place to go down, sir. She can hear that shit, too.
What, you mean?
Could you have gone down, like, literally, like, anywhere else further from this area? Yeah, it's very low. Okay. Probably get the trap off. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Shit. Where the fuck is the door? Oh. She's probably waiting on them. Nope. Haha! See you later. Snitches.
I like that you released the survivor first, like some kind of fucking test subject.
Huh?
I like that you released the survivor first, like some kind of fucking test subject.
Yeah. I was not altruistic at all. Alright. I think it may be time for sleep.
If possible.
I'm gonna go have dreams of Fortnite 2.
Fortnite 2.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's like, man.